All right, basketball fans, it is the very last edition of Talkin Grizz, the mock draft edition, because the actual draft is happening right now when this comes out. So joining me for our number 16th pick for the second time, Brandon Rahbar is coming in from OKC. He's the beat writer for the team down there for the Daily Thunder. So welcome again, representing with the hat. Is that something in the background too? I didn't even notice.
You got Chris Paul and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander right above my shoulder, and then Michael Jackson on the other shoulder.
I love that. We talked about Shea last time. I was like, thanks for representing the Canadian. We got him again today. All right. Let's get to it. We talked about the number 6 last week, 2 weeks ago when it was time for the number 6, so 10 videos ago. Now you're back with the 16th pick. The OKC Thunder also have the 18th pick. So you've got 3 first-round picks. Let's talk about 16/18. You talked a lot about like character guys, right? Like this OKC team likes high characters, they like leadership. But I think when you go 6, you go top talent. Now you have 16 and 18. Do you go for depth? Do you go for a defender over a scorer? What does it look like once you get down?
Yeah, I think once you get to 16, I think they still are looking at kind of home run swings because they have so many picks. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense to try to get as much talent as possible for a rebuild. That said, there's some really nice, solid floor role players that should be available at 16. Plus, the Thunder really need bigs more than anything. So if you're looking at fit, maybe an Isaiah Jackson, a Şengün if he drops this far, Garuba would be nice. So any of those bigs that are available at this spot would be fit really well actually in OKC.
It's so interesting to hear you say if these players fall so far, because I feel like this draft because our mock draft has gone for so long that these pre-draft workouts are making people go up, they're making people go down. And it's like, we haven't even spoken about him because this all happened before pre-draft workouts. So it's interesting, even like Davion Mitchell, for example, like he's dropped and we've got him at number 8. So everything is just like mixing, and it's exciting, but it's stressful, but we're here. So in this number 16 spot, those are a few names. If you had to pick, like right now, forget our mock draft, you have to pick 16 and 18 and everyone that you want is available. Who do you think would be like the perfect fits in those two picks?
In those 2 spots, I would really, really like Jaden Springer from Tennessee. He's actually projected to go a little bit lower, but I'm pretty high on him. I think he's a good 2-way guy that's probably going to move up the boards a little bit and be drafted higher than expected because he's such a talent. And then one of those bigs, I'll say Şengün. He's such a talent offensively. He's a home run swing, but he has a safe floor because his offense is so elite and he's so young. He dominated the Turkish league.
Interesting. And then here's my last question before we get to the mock draft part of this. Is it possible? Do you see it happening that they trade something, a 16 and 18 for something else, or do you see them getting 3 young guys onto their roster this year?
No, absolutely. I think the odds are, if I had to bet, I would bet that they're going to move up, whether that means combining 16 with 6 to move up into the top 5, or whether that means combining 16 and 18 to move up into the top 10 or 11. Mm-hmm. I think that chances are that it's going to happen. The Thunder have 6 picks, 10% of this draft. They can't possibly sign all these rookies. They're going to try to consolidate and get better, more premium picks if possible.
Yeah, and those draft picks don't stop for the next like 5 years. They've just stockpiled. Okay, so let's get into the mock draft. I sent it over to you. I will show everyone at home now. You see who's off the board. Let's go with representing the OKC Thunder, Brandon Rahbar. Drafts.
This is a no-brainer for me. I can't believe he's still there. Josh Giddey. Honestly, I think he's going to go top 10, 12 at the latest. So OKC would love to get him here. And I personally would love to get him here because I have a personal connection with Josh Giddey already. So this is actually really perfect for me. We're basically BFFs now.
Yeah, he's one of probably the best passers. You mentioned him being really big for that like 1-2 position. But I feel like it would be silly of us to talk more about his basketball and less about this personal connection you have, because this is what the people want to hear.
Yeah, so we kind of went viral together accidentally. It was my fault and he played along with it. So Just Google Josh Giddey, did you poop? And just click on the video from Royce Young that he tweeted out. I was talking to my 1-year-old son. Josh Giddey thought I was talking to him, and then magic ensued. His reaction is priceless.
The video is really good too, because it is clear as day. In the middle of him talking, you can see him look up and he's like, do I answer that?
Yeah, it was so much clearer than I thought it was. Like, I knew when it happened because I saw his reaction, and then I looked down and saw I was unmuted. I thought I was muted. So he tipped me off. And then when I finally heard the playback, I thought it was going to be kind of in the background. No, it is clear as day.
It is right there. So here's my one question before we end. If this mock draft, let's say everything on our mock draft is a perfect prediction, it goes exactly as planned, he comes to your team, the first question you ask him is?
Oh, I'm absolutely going to ask him, did you poop? I'm not, no brainer. Absolutely. I can't wait to see what he says.
Oh, that is so funny. Brandon, thank you so much. One, I feel like we needed this lighthearted end to our mock draft coverage. And two, I hope that he falls just for that.
Absolutely. Me too, KJ. Thanks for having me again.
All right. And Grizzlies fans, that's it for our mock draft coverage. We will see you guys, I guess, later today for the actual draft.